Hi, people. It's Carol Butler. What a surprise that I'm back online. And I'm jumping in because there's a business type of thing I want to share, but some tips. And I know you're at home now, or you should be. Probably uh, the younger you is teaching children home teaching. So I just have a few things to say. I want to be a little bit inspiring, and I want to update you on what's going on at my end and why I have not been a regular show. I'm getting ready to be, and I'm going to share that. But let me get some business out of the way real quick. See if I can do this in 30 seconds. I'm opening Catherine Gillis's course up, but only until March 31st because I'm going to be doing my courses. There's been plenty of time to buy her course, but hey, now you're at home. Photographers, you can't be traveling the world. Photographers. So if you're an analog photographer, you'll want to take Catherine's course. It will be up before the sun sets today, and I will unpublish it again March 31st, and I have no idea when I'll bring it back. No idea, because I'm going to be publishing my courses. And the first one that I'm going to publish will be Confident for Life. So if you'll go to www.carolkingbutler.com, put the HTTPS. I'm so secure with my network. HTTPS colon slash slash www.carolkingbutler.com. And at the very bottom of the home page, at any time, you'll see Get Early Access. Anyone that gives me their email there will get frankly, a big discount for this mini course on Be Confident for Life, because I've seen and spoken to actually not hundreds, I've talked to thousands of people over the years. And I grew up being shy. I wish I'd had this. And then I got right feisty sometime around 12, maybe others would say around 10. But the older I got and the more I saw what it meant to let others know you were shy, or you couldn't be, you're camera shy, or you were ashamed of how you looked, or whatever. You were too skinny, you were too big, you're too old, you're too young, you're too something. We need to get rid of that, and I have the answers for how to do that. So it's a mini course. I used to train salespeople, so I have a lot of experience being behind the camera, analog and digital, and right now on a Logitech 920, which I've taken off a tripod that was really, really big and put on a little one, because I'm going to have open up my entire broadcast setup network and have different views for different things. There's so much I can do with Ecamm Live, and that is who I feel allows me to do anything and everything that I passionately want to do, which is teach you what I know and save you not only money, but give. I want to give, and I've been giving. I've given away my life for 3 years, and I've done tidbits for lots of you. My show is basically a giveaway, and I'm going to be doing the following. And I made this just shows you in 18 seconds. Well, I used to be in radio, and that means condense your whole story, someone's whole story, why you would even go in their door. I'm going to play what I'm going to use with the Patreon promotion of my page, and it's more dependent on Patreon right now, getting back with me for some little tidbits, finishing touches, so I can put it out there so that you can support the artist and the creative person that I am. And no one, I really don't believe, maybe there are lots of people that make a living having Patreon tiers, TIERS. I will have a $5 tier, 20, 30, 60, and the $60 one. And it's per month, where you're paying for something you can't get anywhere else. You can get information just about anywhere. No one's buying information. I'm not. Or if I am, I have, and I've made mistakes. I want to buy from people that I trust, which has a lot to do with why I've been doing this show. Oh, it's been going on for almost 4 years, minus the last few months as I took some additional training. So let me show you what, if you don't know who I am and what I do, and this is your first time ever being on the Carol Butler Show live, this will show you where my focus is going to be, not just my school, but on this live program. And it's going to move beyond Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube, and I'm so excited about that. And maybe it'll be on both simultaneously, but it doesn't matter. I think that's the beauty of online and YouTube and even Facebook, that you can come back to this. If you miss it, you can come back. So take a look at this. I made this just to give you the flavor of what's coming. Just to give you the flavor of what's coming. Buttons that aren't working. Hang on one second. Is that not cool? I don't know many of you, particularly those that are my age, that would spend the years that I have. I have a very unique background to be able to do live broadcasting. And I have an entire studio, but not the way that you would think. But I can get you on as a guest, and I want to be paid at some point. I'd rather not be paid by my guests. I'd rather their companies or someone sponsor someone. And I will be having that announcement coming up soon, because I don't know many people that would be willing to go out and buy all this equipment and then go through, oh, let's face it, I've said this a million times to those listening to me over the last few years. I sat through 365, and then I quit counting. And then I quit going to webinars that last an hour and a half, except for 5 different companies. And one of them, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do show and tell, which is what you just saw in that video. I'm going to do show and tell. I'm going to have the screen up from my perspective so you can see what I'm doing. So you'll learn so much faster. I'll answer all those questions I had for days, weeks, waiting for someone else or community to get back on and answer, and not 2 or 3 days for support to get back with me, and then I've forgotten what my question is. So anyway, exciting things are happening. I will have my Patreon page up as soon as Patreon gets back with me. And well, frankly, the problem I'm having is how do I deliver what I'm doing? I know how to take your money. I laugh about that. Oh, I can take your money, but I'm not sure how they want me to deliver. And I want to be very clear. I always have things. I like things in writing up front. If you're going to have a misunderstanding, don't have it 6 months down the road or 2 months after you've bought something and then feel like you've been stuck with something. So I want to be clear what you will get, how you will get it, how much it costs, and why you would want it. So I'm very excited, looking forward to that. I also want to be as inspirational during the crisis that we all find ourselves in right now with the coronavirus. I know the words, this too shall pass. Life and business, it's cyclical. So are diseases. And it is so tragic. We've lost so many. And it's so wonderful. All the EMS people, the first responders, the people that put their life on the line for every one of us every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want a big shout out to them, because they've got families, they've got a spouse, they've got children, they've got a mother and father. And this social distancing, please take it seriously. Italy, they've got people, millennials, talking about it. I wish I'd known this. And yet I'm looking on TV and I'm seeing people at the beach. And I know what puberty means, but I know what AIDS meant in the 80s to people. Of course, they didn't have the information that we have now, which is all we know is stay away from other people. And I'm even buying cat food online now. I'm not going into the store I usually get. I'm just not doing it. I'm sort of in the group that could get it, or that someone could give it to, or the other thing I thought about is there's so many non-symptomatic people. And what if you feel great, but you're a carrier? We don't know. We don't know enough about it. All we know is that this, like everything else in our intestines, which is where this started, um, that virus is in everybody. It's just what triggered it to go ballistic. And they have an idea in China. But let's all work together. And I want to be inspirational this way, too, when I say this too will pass. It's and I always say this, your thoughts that control your emotions. That if I think it's going to be a bad day, it's going to be a bad day. If I get upset about something, who's making me get upset? My thoughts are. So try and be positive. Find fun. What a great time in your life to learn something. For me, maybe clean up the house. This morning I was up very early. I have to tell this story because I wasn't a hoarder after toilet paper. I took my one little 4-pack when they said, don't clean the shelves out, don't panic. I took my one little, and there happened to be only 2 left, and a man went up, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And I see I can't name a third-party store. I can't tell you where I am, but it doesn't matter. I said, "Here, you can have one of these. They're certainly going to restock." Oh, guess what? When they did, there were people that took like more than their fair share. And so for 7 days, I've been looking for it. And I was in a store for, in quotes, senior. I'm really 35 years old. It looks like I'm in my 60s. And I went in and I said, "Point me toward the toilet paper." And they said, "We're out. We're out." And I said, "You said if I got here at 8. Yes, but we've been out a long time, even though we're letting you shop and not be around a lot of sick people." And I went, "Okay, I'm going to be very creative." So I bought baby wipes. I bought things that, just in case children are watching this, feminine products. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. But think what people did before we had all the conveniences of toilet paper. I wasn't so old that I used an outhouse with a Sears catalog. But I do know what women used, and we have washing machines today. We don't have to wash things by hand. So if worse comes to worse, hey, think rags. Okay, so I'm just a little helpful hint. I found out that your phone, and mine is off, by the way, I've got it off, and it's in a protective case. But I was recently told that the phone is dirtier than the toilet seat. And I'm going, I don't think so. I actually haven't really been cleaning this, but I'm the only one that ever touches my phone. And I'm thinking I'm pretty clean. I mean, I take a bath every day or shower. So what I've learned, and again, I can't mention the name of the product. Let me see if I can do this. But it comes in a, okay, how's this? White box. You can get it at any drugstore, unless they sell out by the time I show this. And let me show the white side. They're alcohol wipes, and they're very cheap. This was like $3 to get, I think 200 of them. So I'm going to show you how to clean your phone. You get the little alcohol wipe out, just like this. You open your phone up, and I can see fingerprints because you're touching it. Where has that finger been? That's why your phone is so dirty if you're not washing your hands like every 20 minutes like you're supposed to do. And anyway, as long as you don't wipe it in a hole somewhere, this, can't name the phone, but you do just like this. It's not going to hurt it. You just wipe the front, and that's the part that goes up against your face, and that's the part that can hold germs, and then you're done. Leave it open, let it, alcohol evaporates. So that's a big tip for me today. Also, tomorrow, I'll probably hop on and give you a tip a day, just because. So start looking for me. I don't know when I'll be able to, but I want you to know my course, Catherine's course, Catherine Gillis, Master Traditional Retoucher and Spotter, her course will be reopened before sunset tonight to purchase. You can see the price there and read all about it. I'm not doing a big pitch here. We've been doing that. If you're an analog photographer, you're home. And if you follow me, you'll see this because it will be posted to Catherine Gillis Traditional Retoucher and Spotter Facebook page. So jump on it now because it's coming back down the 31st because my stuff is going up now. And I've been in really, really intense, fun training to do so many fun things with sharing and helping, not being a newscaster. I mean, turn on the news and get all the bad news. I want you to know these little tippy things I have for if you're not using, okay, I've got to say dial soap. That's what you use right before you have surgery. Take a bath in dial soap. That's the one that is antibacterial. But there is a soap out there that's a foaming soap, and I'll tell you that tomorrow. And it can be gotten, you might have to order it, but it's what the hospitals are using, and I'm not going to be depriving them of this. There's no shortage of it, but it's a micro antibacterial soap, and it will not hurt you. And that stuff, when you're at the grocery store, won't name names, and they're not offering it anymore because it won't stop the coronavirus. It'll give you this false sense of security, and frankly, it's probably better than nothing. But washing your hands with soap and water, good thing to do. But this soap is something that you wouldn't just squirt and spray on your hands and do this and be done. It's a replacement for your bar soap. And it will probably, you get enough, and it's $18, and it comes in a bottle about yay big. And I'll tell you what it is tomorrow. So stay tuned. And I want to say this because every day I want to be inspirational in something I share. And so I have years of collections of some of the most inspirational quotes. And that's going to be one of my tiers, by the way, for my Patreon page whenever I get that up. But today, as long as you're willing to stay as you are, or to stay only with the familiar and not take risks and try out new things, like being on camera and being a guest of mine, then it is by definition impossible to grow. You have to try new things and do so fearlessly. You have this one life to live. This is not a dress rehearsal. Do not take the people you love for granted. Protect them and help other people, strangers, like the woman today when she saw what I had stocked up with. I mean, baby wipes and feminine products to, be substitute toilet paper. She said, just one moment. And she went back into her office at this particular store and came back, almost made me cry. And everybody behind me just started clapping. I think she knew she could probably get some more because she works there. But she gave me her stash of toilet paper. And I thought, that's what I want to do. I can't give you toilet paper, but I can inspire you, and I can give you programs that will make your life better and richer, because mine has been that way because other people did that for me, just like that woman did for me today. But mine will probably be through this venue, and I have so much to show you, the tricks and the fun things that Ecamm Live has allowed me to already do, come live to you and play movies. And let me exit and say, see me tomorrow. Just, like the page if you want to know when I am on. Like the page, not this post. Please like this post, but like the page to find out when I'm on. And I promise you, you'll get one good tip to help you get through what we're going through that the news is not talking about. So you cannot find everything, and how boring anyway. You only want to know what you need to know, and that's only what I'm going to share. But you are going to be inspired for better, always, by me. So thank you for tuning in, and tomorrow I expect some comments. Thank you. This has been Carol Butler on the Carol Butler Show, and I'm going to make a splash right now. Wow.